Hello friends, big welcome to all of you to your very own channel Ammu&You, and let me start off with wishing you a very happy Dassehera. Dassehera, the day we know, signifies the victory of the good over evil when Lord Ram had killed the evil Ravan to show the world that only the truth prevails. Today I want to talk to you about the real Rams of our country who have been courageous and righteous to eradicate the evil from our society, fight against the darkness, bringing in light of truth and justice to our society and our country. India has witnessed a series of social and religious reform movements carried out by many notable social reformers who immensely contributed to the restructuring of Indian society along with modern lines. Some social reformers took up the challenge of breaking the jinx of the prevailing caste system, while others fought for the introduction of girls' education and even widows' remarriage. Today, I want to talk about some such reformers of our modern India. To start off with, Babu, Mahatma Gandhi. His contribution to social reforms in India are so vast that it is not possible to list all of these just today. He was in fact a true social reformer who fought against the evils of society along with fighting for the freedom of the country. He always emphasized the self-reformation of an individual and was very worried about the poverty of India. Moreover, all his political movements were nothing but a type of social work. He always believed in addressing the social issues, including poverty, women's rights, untouchability, and addressing religious and ethnic enmity. He propounded the concept of Swaraj or self-rule that envisioned the establishment of an ideal society. He said, "It is Swaraj when we learn to rule ourselves. It is therefore in the palm of our hands. But such Swaraj has to be experienced by each one for himself. One drowning man will never be able to save the other." The second person that I would like to talk about is Raja Ram Mohan Roy. He is considered one of the most prominent social reformers in India in the 19th century. He brought radical changes to the Indian subcontinent through Brahmo Samaj, a social religious reform movement in the 19th century. He is best known for his efforts to abolish the superstitious practices in Hindu customs such as sati, polygamy, child marriage, and the caste system. He strongly advocated for widows being remarried. His efforts to demand property inheritance rights for women are considered a significant contribution to women's rights. Many historians call him the father of the Bengal Renaissance. He said, "The superstitious practices which deform the Hindu religion have nothing to do with the pure spirit of its dictates." The next person I would like to mention is none other than Swami Vivekananda. He was one of the prominent 19th century social reformers in India. With his participation in the contemporary Hindu reform movements in India, he made valuable contributions to the concept of nationalism in colonial India. Best known for his famous Chicago speech that he delivered at the Parliament of the World's Religious Movement, the World Religious Gathering in 1893, in which he addressed the audience as sisters and brothers of America. He won the hearts of the Western society, and he always is known for his twofold personality, spiritual self and social self, and there were times when his spiritual self took precedence over his social self. He is a pioneering figure in India who contributed greatly to the formation of modern India. As a part of his reforms, Swami Vivekananda promoted socialism, secularism, mass upliftment, and mass power, as well as promoting universal service. The resonating words of his famous speech, "Awake, arise, and don't stop until the goal is achieved," are still echoing among the youth of the nation, stirring their social conscience and igniting their damned spirits. A nation is advanced in proportion to the education and intelligence spread among the people, is what he believed in. The next respected figure is Dayanand Swaraswati, also known as Swami Dayanand Swaraswati. He was an Indian philosopher and a social reformer, best known for being the founder of a social reform called Arya Samaj. He spent his entire life criticizing the prevailing dogma and superstition in Hinduism at the time and heavily voiced his opinion against the pointless rituals, idolatry, animal sacrifices, meat eating, offerings made in temples, priestcraft, pilgrimages, and discrimination against women. Dayanand Saraswati traveled across India to spread the brahmacharya celibacy and devotion to God. He called the entire nation to return to the Vedas. His Back to the Vedas message had a deep impact on many philosophers and thinkers of our country. He is one person who could move the masses through his simple speech. All actions should be performed with the prime objective of benefiting mankind, was his principal idea behind everything that he stood for. Next, I would like to mention about the personality, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. He is considered among the prominent social reformers of the 19th century in India. He significantly contributed to simplifying and modernizing Bengali prose, for which he is often termed the father of Bengali prose. He improved the status of women, permitted widows to remarry, and advocated strongly against polygamy. Campaigning for Hindu widow remarriage, he petitioned the Legislative Council despite severe opposition. Although widow remarriage was regarded as a flagrant violation of Hindu customs and was strongly opposed, Lord Dalhousie personally drafted the bill which became the Hindu Widows Remarriage Act, all because of this wonderful, strong Ram of today, Dayanand Saraswati. The next person I would like to talk about is Jyotiba Phule. One of the major social reformers in Indian history, he is also known as Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. He worked relentlessly for uplifting the fights and the rights of women. He is considered a pioneer in the field of women's education in India. During his lifetime, he struggled with social issues as a humanitarian, author, philosopher, and revolutionary. He is also known for speaking out against caste inequality. In addition to abolishing caste system and untouchability, he also worked hard to emancipate women. The most notable work of Phule was educating women and people from lower castes. As a widow remarrying advocate, Jyotiba Phule founded a home for lower and upper caste widows in 1852. To combat female infanticides, he also opened a shelter for newly born infants. To fight for the equal rights of the poor and people from lower caste, Phule and his followers founded the Satya Sadhak Samaj in 1873. Jyotiba Phule tried to remove the stigma of social untouchability that surrounded the lower caste by opening his house and allowing lower caste to use his water well. Without education, wisdom was lost. Without wisdom, morals were lost. Without morals, development was lost. Without development, wealth was lost. Without wealth, the Shudras were ruined. So much has happened through lack of education. These were the wonderful words said by Jyotiba Phule. The next person is none other than B.R. Ambedkar, a social reformer whose reform policies are considered to be path-breaking. He brought reforms in the Indian society through many of his significant contributions, including the revision of the Hindu Code Bill, introducing the concept of a separate electorate for untouchables, introducing advancement to the industry and agricultural sector, and drafting the Constitution of India. One man and what all he could really do. There is no doubt, in my opinion, that unless you change your social order, you can achieve little by way of progress. You cannot mobilize the community either for defense or for offense. You cannot build anything on the foundation of caste. You cannot build up a nation. You cannot build up a morality. Anything that you will build on the foundations of caste will crack and will never be a whole. Such golden words. And now, the last person I would like to talk about today is Baba Aunty. He was so concerned to remove the stigma and evils from the society of leprosy that he injected himself with bacilli from a patient to fight the stigma associated with this disease, leprosy, and to prove the ailment was not highly contagious. He was devoted his entire life to the service of the leprosy patients and in removing stigma around this ailment. He has established a leprosy care center as well. I had never been frightened of anything because I fought British Tommies to serve and honor of an Indian lady. Gandhiji called me Abhay Sadhak, fearless seeker of the truth. When the sweepers of warriors challenged me to clean the gutters, I did so. But the same person quivered in fright when he saw the living corpse of Tulsi Ram. I cannot finish my talk without mentioning this wonderful person, Vinoba Bhave. He was also called the follower of Mahatma Gandhi through his Bhudan movement. He roamed all over India asking for landlords to contribute land to the poor farmers. All revolutions are spiritual at the source of beginning. All my activities have the sole purpose of achieving a union of hearts. This is what he believed in, and this is what he propagated all his life. Donate land for the landless. What wonderful men we are privileged to have had in our country to uplift us. Let them all be our inspiration. Let us look inside us, evaluate our thoughts, and try to do our bit in this ocean of generosity and knowledge to uplift and make our society, our nation, a nation to reckon with in the world. This Dassehera, let us all be true Rams in our own lives, standing up for the righteous and the truth. Let me know how you like this narration of the great men of modern India. And thank you for listening to my story narration. Stay well. Happy Dassehera once again. I will be back soon with again a story to narrate to you. Till then, take care. Thank you.